Shinsengumi. This time we will take up the Shinsengumi. As the last swordsman group at the end of the Edo period, feared and brilliant, it is a scattered group. Why was the Shinsengumi formed? What is the Shinsengumi? In a word, in Kyoto at the end of the Edo period, security maintenance, anti-bakufu activities. It is a police organization that has cracked down. In addition, the anti-bakufu forces have an armed uprising then. As a part of the shogunate, it was also an armed group that fought. There are many skillful sword fighters in the corps. It is also said to be the strongest swordsman group in history. Born from a backlash against a tactician, Mibu Rishigumi. First of all, from the background of the birth of the Shinsengumi, let me introduce you. The year before the Aikdaya incident occurred, Bunkyu 3, 1863, 14th Shogun Tokugawa Yamochi from Edo to worship Emperor Komei. He will be upbeat. Kyoto at that time was from all over the country. Anti-bakufu forces are gathering. Even a shogun is safe. It was an uncertain situation. Therefore, the shogunate formed a line of generals. A ronin who remembers his arm to guard recruitment in Edo. Over 230 people applied. Prior to the shogun as a Roshigumi, I will go up to Kyoto in February. However, he was the central figure. Hakiro Kiyokawa was called by the shogunate secretly collect the collected ronin measures to turn to anti-bakufu activities. I was holding it and let the imperial court approve it. Kiyokawa is a Roshigumi to return to Kanto soon. I will command, but I rebelled against this. People will remain in Kyoto. That is centered around Isami Kondo from the group, and the Mito domain, a group centered around Serezawa Kamo. There were 17 people in total. Kondo al. Kyoto Shugoshoku of the shogunate, Kyoto security maintenance, and Nijo castle responsible for the security of the Gosho. Traditional Kyoto Shoshidai and Machi Bugyo put under the umbrella, was serving with the approval of Eizu feudal lord Matsudaira Katamori. March 12 became a custody of the Eizu clan. Because the lodging is in Mibu village, Kyoto, it was called Mibu Rishigumi. This is the predecessor of the Shinsengumi. The core name, Shinsengumi, given by the Eizu clan. After that, the Mibu Rishigumi became a soldier. Recruiting. Under the Eizu clan in Kyoto City to maintain public order, the incident will occur on August 18. Incorporate into the official house of the imperial court the Choshu clan, which carries out anti-bakufu activities. Eizu clan and Satsuma clan cooperate. Coup d'etat overtaken. It was political change on August 18. At the gate of the Kyoto Imperial Palace, the Choshu and Eizu domains, it will be a quick start, but the Mibu Rishigumi also rushed in. The Choshu forces have raised. This case is the next year's Aikdaya case. It will be a hint. The work of the Mibu Rishigumi at this time evaluated by the Eizu clan, Shinsengumi. I was given a name. The Shinsengumi was originally in the Eizu clan in the name of the swordsman group composed of feudal lords who excel in martial arts. It is said that it was that prestigious, befitting to inherit the name. It was accepted. In addition, the character of selection of the Shinsengumi is both selection and selection. It is used. What are the qualifications for applying for the Shinsengumi? In the first place, the predecessor of the Shinsengumi, like the Mibu Rishigumi, the soldiers are ronin. Speaking of ronin, he does not have a lord. I'm a samurai, but I was born samurai is not always the case. There is none. For example, Isami Kondo Tenon Rishinru of swordsmanship, although it is the fourth sect family, originally Kamishiwara, Wushu, currently Chofu City, Tokyo, he was born in a farmhouse. That is expected of his sword arm. The third generation of Tenon Rishinru, Shusuke Kondo, became his adopted child. He goes from a peasant to a ronin. Where this area is interesting, in the Edo period, the status of the occupation was it's easy to think that it was tough, whether you are a farmer or a tradesman. If you put on a sword and dress like a samurai, it was possible to become a ronin. Therefore, the qualifications for applying for the Shinsengumi are it doesn't matter what your status or age. However, the public opinion at that time, Sonojoy, I was asked if I had the ambition of. What is Sonojoy? Respect the emperor, let's reject foreign aggression. In the way of thinking, the radical anti-bakufu forces, it's often misunderstood as a slogan, actually not so, trying to protect Japan from foreign threats. If you are a Japanese person who thinks it was something that everyone had at that time. In that respect, both the shogunate and the Shinsengumi, the same was true for the Choshu and Satsuma domains. Why it created a fierce conflict will be described later. In addition, he is a ronin who has the aspiration of Sonojoy. Anyone can apply, but Shinsengumi missions are always dangerous. It is something to expose. Of course, the martial arts skill that matches it, you will be asked, so never easily I couldn't join the army. Assassination of Serezawa Kamo, chief director. The Shinsengumi was originally formed Kondo Isumi's group and Serezawa Kamo's group is the center. In the initial composition, it is the top of the group. The directors are Kamo Serezawa and Isumi Kondo. Serezawa is superior to Kondo, and the deputy director is Nimi Nishiki. Yamanami Keisuke, Hijikata Toshizo. 3 people, after all, Nimi of the Serezawa group. Serezawa al. It had a strong presence. Isumi Kondo is the Kondo group at the test center dojo that was open in Edo. It is a disciple and a foodie. On the other hand, the Serezawa group is with the Ronin of Mito. Has been done, there are many unclear points. However, Serezawa follow the entourage on a daily basis. He forcibly borrowed from a merchant, and when liquor enters, a violent wolf clan in the Yukaku, rough behavior such as working, it stood out. The director of the Shinsengumi who should protect public order with this, even as the Eizu clan that keeps it I couldn't keep silent, and finally Kondo and Serezawa order disposal. However, Serezawa disposes of it. I can't obey quietly. If you are not good at it, you can join the groups in the squad. It can also be a brawl. So Kondo al. decide to assassinate. From the political change on August 18, 1 month later, on the night of September 18, after the banquet, / the drunken Serezawa and others, the Serezawa group has been wiped out. Taking this opportunity, the Shinsengumi headed Kondo, a chain of command with Hijikata as the deputy chief. I will arrange it. Isumi Kondo. The Shinsengumi changes the organization every moment. We pursued a mobile organization. For example, half a year before the Ikedeya incident at the end of December 3, Bunkyu, the organization submitted by the Shinsengumi to the Eizu clan is as follows. Director Isumi Kondo, Deputy Captain Yamanami Keisuke Toshizo, Hijikata, Deputy Chief Assistant Ikuban Okita Suji, 2nd Nagakura Shinpaki, 3rd Inoue Genzaburo, 4th Todo Haisuke, 5th Saito Hajime, 6th Harada Sanosuke, 7th Ando Sayataro, 8th Matsubara Tadashi. There are groups from 1st to 8th, each group consists of 5 people. Deputy Chief Assistants of Executives lead each group. Furthermore, Deputy Chief Yamanami and Hijikata, it was a form of commanding 4 groups at a time. In other words, count more than 50 people in all it will be. The top is called the director. The Shinsengumi is from the Eizu clan to the idea that it is a part of the station it was due to. Main members of the Shinsengumi of the above-mentioned compositional features, Kondos except Ando and Matsubara, they are related to the dojo, and they were the main members of the Shinsengumi. Then easily take that profile. I will introduce it. Age is the first year of the Genji era. It was at the time of the Ikedeya incident. Eternal Director, Isumi Kondo, 31 years old, the 4th Soke of Tenon Rishin-Ryu. He ran a trial hall dojo in Ichigeya, Edo, a large number of skilled swordfighters longing for his personality. He will be a disciple and an early bird. In the Shinsengumi serving as the director, the members of the test center, I supported him as an executive. A mysterious swordfighter, Keisuke Yamanami, 32 years old. Conventionally, Yamanami, it was read, but in a recent study, Sanan, is said to be correct. After the defeat of the Sendai domain, the Ono school won sword style. After learning Hokushin Itu style, he will be a master of the trial hall. In the Shinsengumi, a senior deputy director than Hijikata, I will serve. October, 3rd year of Bunkyu. After being injured in the Iwaki Masuya incident in Osaka, he disappears from the front stage. The strongest deputy director, Toshizo Hijikata, 30 years old, born in a farmhouse in Bushu Hino. He learns Tenon Rishin-Ryu. He signs a brother-in-law with Kondo. He took control of the corps as deputy chief. He raised the Shinsengumi into a strong organization. Ryotaro Shiba's novel, Moeoken, at the beginning, in many novels and comics drawn and among the main members, he is still extremely popular. Miyuki Sasuke's genius, Soji Okita, 21 years old. There is a different theory. As a child of Ashiguru of the Shirakawa domain, born in Edo, Tenon Rishin-Ryu from an early age learn. His sword arm is genius. He competes for 1 or 2 in the Shinsengumi. He was a messenger. It is said that his specialty was a 3-step thrust. Miyuki Sasuke suffering from labor cough pulmonary tuberculosis. As a young swordfighter he has been portrayed in many novels and comics. Nagakura Shinpaki, 26 years old, a child of the Matsumai feudal lord, he masters Shindo Munenru. He became a ronin and continued his training as a samurai. He became an early bird at the test center. With his sword arm, he competes with Okita for 1 or 2. One of the few executives who lived in the Meiji era. Inoue Genzaburo, 36 years old, in the house of Hakioji, 1,000 people concentric in Musashitama, born and mastered Tenon Rishin-ryu. He is quiet, mild-mannered, because he is also his senior. He had a lot of trust in Kondo and Hijikata. Heisuke Todo, 21 years old, is currently Mie Prefecture, Tsu Domain Todo family. He called it a illegitimate child, but the truth is unknown. After he mastered the Hokushinitsu style, he became an early bird at the test center. His sword arm is certain. In the Shinsengumi during city patrols and battles, he is said to have always been at the forefront. Saito Hajime, 21 years old, as a child of a Gokunin with different opinions after being born and learning other schools, he is said to have mastered Tenon Rishin-ryu. There is a different theory. In Kyoto he participates in the Mibu Risihigumi. His sword arm is Okita. It was said to line up with Nagakura. After the Meiji Restoration, he served at the Metropolitan Police Department. In the comic Rurouni Kenshin, Saito, a police officer, is the main character. He will be a rival. Harada Sanosuke, 25 years old, Ayo, currently a Hime Prefecture, Matsuyama clan, born to a child of the middle samurai servant. He is out. After he mastered Taneda Ryujutsu, he became an early bird at the test center. He was allegedly impatient and brilliant-skinned. He was the main battle of the Shinsengumi. He is all participating. Shinsengumi's trademark, flag and troop. Next, with the trademark of the Shinsengumi. About what to say, I will introduce you. First of all, the flag they raised is the word Makoto, is on the red background. It was dyed out. As Nagakura Shinpaki later said, already at the time of the political change on August 18, he said he was holding it up. The flag of Makoto has been around since the time of the Mibu Risihigumi. It seems that it was used. In addition, Yamagata is under the character of Makoto. It is said that it was dyed white. This is now well known for the design of the Shinsengumi flag it has become. Why did you choose the word Makoto? Not in the record, as the wind of the anti-Bakufu intensifies. Although it is a Ronin, the shogunate stretch your body for the Eizu clan. I tried to work, in their hearts it should be seen as expressing Dandara Haori. Next, speaking of Shinsengumi, immediately it is associated with their clothes. It is a Haori that was there. Light yellow, light blue, white chevron on the sleeve. It was dyed out. Kabukis, Kanadahan Chushingura, for the costume of a righteous man used in with a similar design. Nagakura Shinpaki says, Dandara, because I remembered it called the Shinsengumi Dandara Haori. The original Dandara is like this, it's not a pattern. Why did you choose this design? There is no record. To the Ronin Ako who was loyal, I guess I tried to make a mistake. However, from this Haori and the soldiers' unpopular hemp for summer, it was easily damaged, used only for a short period of time. It seems there wasn't